That comic podcast.
Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to That Comic Podcast. I'm your host, Minty, and with me as always are my wonderful sidekicks. First, Mr. Mashko.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, hi! It's terrible. I hate it. And then there's Lance.
Sup?
What's up? No, Cyclops is doing all right with you now. All of a sudden, I sent you a picture of him like getting his jaw rocked, and now you're going, "What's up?"
Cyclops sucks.
There you go. And then baby Huey.
What's going on? Go
What's
Birds.
going on?
What's going on? Offsides.
Offside.
Yeah,
Oh.
not the Eagles, just birds in
Sports
general.
ball. Yeah, right.
just
Yeah,
America's
he's good.
bird. Yeah.
Baby Huey's got the same problem that the dude from Peacemaker does, and he's not quite sure which team he's watching. The Falcons? Are the Falcons doing it? Are they playing?
Why did they keep messing with my bird
The
blind?
Seahawks.
It's a giant duck.
Prime Eagle.
Oh, the Prime Eagle. All right. Well, welcome to another random show of us trying our best to get together and make more content. Hi. How are you?
I'm
No.
doing well.
Hello.
That's not true. This is going to be a show that we all kind of unanimously said we wanted to do because none of us are too happy about the first story. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But we also want to talk about some leaks and rumors that we've seen around, floating around the interwebs. There's a couple pictures that we don't know are legit, but there's also some from some leakers that are seem
pretty
pretty
legit.
Yeah.
pretty spot on, but some of them not so sure. So we're going to take a look at all of them and then speculate on what the hell's actually going on. But before we talk about that, let's start with something that's going to piss everybody off. First off, how are we feeling about AI? Let's just start there. Let's just start with that.
It's that friend you have that you like to come over every once in a while, but maybe they're not the best person to have around all the time.
Yeah.
You're
That's a
embarrassed
great way to put
to be hanging out with them in front of other people.
There's some benefits, but who knows where this is going. And there's one thing we're going to talk about in a second.
How do we feel about holograms?
Tupac?
Tupac. Yep. There was also that, pop star in China, I believe, with the blue hair.
Oh, yeah.
The Magic the Gathering. I only know from Magic the Gathering. She's got multiple cards. That's all I know. But she had a hologram, did a concert with a hologram. And these things haven't really affected. I mean, obviously AI has 100% affected comic books, but they haven't really affected comic conventions, so to speak. But now we get to look forward to an AI hologram Stan Lee, and I almost threw up in my mouth just saying that.
God.
I hate this idea so much. It is it makes me shiver. And this poor guy, it was just a documentary. And first off, the documentary pisses me off too. But of the way he was treated in his elder years to now, he can't even just rest in peace without someone trying to make $1 off of him still. And they're saying that this is them. We're trying to honor his legacy by, digging up his corpse. Like, this is awful. This is not something that anyone should be doing. First off, not only is it gross that they're doing this in the convention, but they're also paying for it.
Yeah.
So it costs money to go interact with fake Stan Lee. Cost $15 if you pre-ordered your tickets, which Jesus. And then it's $20 while you're there. And then you either get a photo op with, again, the hologram, or you get a 3-minute conversation in which it was trained on old footage from him. And it's from the cartoon, right? Isn't that Cartoon Productions, which is part of
Proto Hologram is the production company. They did something with one of the horror movies recently.
Oh, the Conjuring.
Yeah, I guess they had like a wall or
yeah.
something up in theaters or somewhere where you can interact with it.
Yeah, the head of Stan Lee Legacy Programs for Cartoon Studios and a former Marvel exec. We will never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with things that he spoke in his lifetime. Yeah, but he's not speaking them.
So wait, they said that they wouldn't put words in his mouth that aren't in line, being the keyword. So not verbatim, but similar.
Yep.
Right.
Well, it's an AI language model trained on old footage of Stan Lee. And just the whole concept of this just bothers me to my core, because we were all furious about how he was treated. We were all upset about the videos, especially, I mean, that weird, horrible documentary aside, which, by the way, I'm still upset about the idea that you knew all this was going on, waited until you could make a dime off of it, then released the footage like you cared. That dude pisses me off to begin with. But to then follow that up with this is just, it's like sacrilege.
It's so slimy.
Slimy is a great word. It is super slimy. And apparently he's going to, apparently they're going to have these little stands. I didn't even need to say it that way. These little, the booths, whatever, the hologram booths, they're going to have it at multiple places throughout the con that he just pops up at. And then he might also be introducing some panels. Like, guys, this isn't paying homage or respect or whatever you saying it is. This is just exploitation at its finest.
Yeah.
See, like
it's gross.
when this first popped up, before I even like looked into it, I was more thinking something like the Hall of Presidents in Disney. I'm like, I'm okay with that. That's, it's pre-programs,
the Haunted
robots.
Mansion at Disneyland.
Oh, dude.
Right.
A Disney attraction where they had Stan Lee, like the Hall of Presidents, giving like a speech. And
yes. See, that's what
I'd be okay with that.
And that's what I was originally thinking it was. But now, like when I started reading into this, it's like it's an interactive AI program that you pay for. Like
that's where the ick is. The ick is the money that needs to be spent in order to take a selfie
or a 3-minute one-on-one with.
It's just
That's where I'm upset about this. You're benefiting off of Stan after he died, and after, like Menti just said, all the bullshit that we know that he unfortunately had to go through.
That poor video of him saying, like, "Can I go home?"
Yeah.
As they're made, no, you got to go back on stage. He's like, "I thought I was done," and you're like, "Can you let a legend just live his life the way he wants?" Like they kept saying, "No, he wants this." It's like, obviously not.
Yeah,
clearly,
he literally said he didn't.
Can I go home?
Well, some of the footage from the meet and greets was just like he was out of it in that chair because they just kept pumping him through con after con after con to try and make as much money on his final years as they could, and it was just gross not only to watch, but it was then gross that documentary came out to then just follow it up with this. Like, can't we just appreciate what he did for the world and his contributions without trying to manipulate people into believing that he would be okay with this?
Yeah, I mean, personally, the only way I would be okay with this is if his family was basically the only people involved in this and money was going to like his foundation or a charity or something like that.
Yeah.
Other than that,
there's a way to make it less icky.
Correct.
Yeah, like if he gave permission, like for example, we're gonna hear Darth Vader forever, and that was a decision that James Earl Jones made to benefit his family and because of the love around that character, and I'm okay with that because it was his choice.
And it's also a character. If Stan Lee was playing a character,
it's
okay.
True.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't catch a really good look at that picture. Are we talking lifelike Stan Lee or?
Oh yeah, pull the picture back up.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it back
so
up.
It's life.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Wait till you see it. It's infuriating.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if it was like an animated version,
maybe. But even then, the whole interacting with it, like, I mean, you're saying we would never put words in his mouth, but you cannot determine what the AI language model is going to say.
Yeah.
Right.
You can train it and hope for the best.
Or maybe if it was pre-programmed responses and that's like 5 or 6 different responses.
Then you're not having a conversation with it. And that's
correct.
The whole point, which is, again, this whole photo, that little tube thing that he's in, I've seen this before. They've used it in, like, I've seen Chris Pratt use that for Guardians of the Galaxy to interact with fans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I've seen this technology, but the fact that we're using it for a fake AI language model for one of the most influential people in my life does nothing but just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're not alone in these opinions because it's just very, very much feels violating as a fan.
Violating is a great word to use because an absolute, not one person who's a big fan of what he's contributed to the world is going to want to see his image tainted like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because, like, God forbid if the AI decides to go out of character.
Which, let's not say it hasn't already.
Are we going to get the T-1000 Stanley?
Ooh, I hope not.
Yeah.
Luckily, it can't leave the little tube that it's in. But regardless,
For now.
Currently, right?
Oh my God, could you imagine in the future? I wouldn't put it past them to do that.
Make a robot that walks around.
And that's the future of this. It just gets worse and worse and worse.
Hey, we're all watching Alien Earth, right?
Yeah.
Some squirrely things going on there.
But no, that's a very fair point. And you know, we've seen this already with characters. Remember they tried to bring back James Dean for a movie?
Oh,
the
yeah.
James Dean estate was like, no, we're not having that.
Yeah.
They did this. Star Wars did this multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Carrie Fisher didn't mind as much, but like the guy who played Tarkin didn't really get a say.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I'm not a fan of this. I can't, like, I will be really ashamed if this attraction has a line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it will. You know it will.
Yeah, I know it will.
Yeah, it unfortunately is infuriating. So I mean, any last things to say on this? I think
no, let's move on.
Yeah.
You
don't want to give it too much time.
It just drives me crazy that it's just so disrespectful.
It is.
I
agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to some more. I don't know if we want to call it interesting or fake or what it might be. But let's start with the one that we know is pseudo real. Let's start with my time to shine hello, who is a pseudo credible leaker. If you want to use credible,
Pseudo.
Yeah, well, all of them are pseudo. If we're being fair, they're
She's
all pseudo.
She's a super rage baiter too. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah,
check out.
she is.
I'm still convinced it's a woman, so I will continue to call her until she comes out and states who she actually is.
I think I've heard a lot of people say her.
Yeah. Some people think it's Grace Rudolph or whatever her name is, just using a different account.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that one.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But if you're a leaker and you don't actually state your name, then that's kind of dumb. Anyway.
Yeah, but at this time, my time to shine hello has made their mark, and
no, make excuses for her. Come on.
There's no excuses.
We're just going to take the information and roll with it.
She's been right several times. That's what I'm saying. That's why her name is up there with the Daniel RBK's.
Don't make excuses for her.
It's not an excuse. It's not. It's reality. It's reality. Jeff, what's his name?
Snyder.
The land shark.
Just land shark. All right. Well, let's bring my time to shine hello's tweet here, and let's take a look at our promotional art for Avengers Doomsday.
That actually came from somebody else too. Just she wasn't the one that broke it.
Man,
Someone
you
else
just
did.
don't even. Wow. Don't give her credit. Moscow over here, it's a little bit more of he's still pissed off over Stan. He's taking it out on the next story. All right, but this has been making its rounds, and it apparently is giving us not only our first look at the some of the cast. We have no idea if this cast is going to grow because we are apparently still waiting on a bunch of chairs. But we do get our first look at the X-Men in their costumes somewhat. So we can see not only do we have Doctor Doom, and we've got Thor and Cap and Ant-Man, the Fantastic Four. Then we start moving over to the next row there, which is what looks like Bucky. Is the next one? Shuri, right? I'm assuming underneath Bucky.
Looks like
and
Shuri,
then we've got Shang-Chi,
Yes.
Loki, and I'm guessing White Widow, Red Guardian. Is that
M'Baku? Maybe? Yeah, I think M'Baku.
Yeah.
Namor. In red there, we have no idea, but I think
We feel it's Magneto.
makes the most sense. Makes the most sense because then you got Professor X underneath.
Yep.
Gambit. Is that Mystique?
Yep.
That's cool. Then we've got Beast, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, U.S. Agent. Not sure who's in the corner. Who's up in the
I
corner?
think it's
Up top?
Hawkeye.
Oh, is that Kate Bishop Hawkeye?
It may be.
Ghost.
Oh, that's a fair point. That could be
Could
Ghost.
be Ghost.
'Cause Ghost isn't on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's Falcon, right? Underneath.
Yep.
And then Sentry. And then it has to be Franklin. Franklin has to be.
But looks like Julia Garner. It does. It does.
It's an interesting set of characters to do a story around, and it would be interesting to see if whatever this is, if this is a bag or a hat or a shirt or whatever.
There's a larger picture out there. I probably should have pulled it and sent it along the way. It's like a larger duffel bag. That thing that's covering the faces is a brand tag. I don't remember what the actual brand is.
Like a sales
So,
tag type.
do you think it's possible there's a series of other faces on the other side of that bag?
Possibly.
Well, we've been told that there's more chairs coming. And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, all of these names were spoiled in chairs a long time ago that went on for 5 hours?
Yep.
And we've been hearing speculation, we'll say, of another set of chairs coming anytime soon now. And because some notable names were missing, Hugh Jackman was missing, Ryan Reynolds was missing, Tom Holland was missing. So there are some big names that you would kind of expect to see in the final of the multiverse saga movies.
Are they?
Hugh, you want to bring that down?
Sorry.
Will they be?
I was trying to find the larger bag.
Yeah. Would they be alive by the time Doomsday comes out? Is that why they're missing? Because we get Secret Wars first, right?
No, God no. No.
There it is.
Doomsday
of the larger bag.
Doomsday's first.
Doomsday's first, then into Secret War. However Doomsday ends is going to end I have a feeling an incursion is going to take them out, and Doom's going to then seize power and create Battleworld, and then Secret Wars will take place on Battleworld, which will be much more of less of an MCU movie, more of a Marvel history movie.
Yeah,
because there's still a lot of rumor on that one, starring Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman as the main two leads. So awesome, because apparently that was something that was in the works. There was supposed to be a cameo of Hugh Jackman in the original Spider-Man movies, but then that's when Sony and Fox were like, absolutely not. But the people working on the projects, because apparently they weren't too far from each other, kept trying to make those crossovers happen. I mean, hell, they did the same thing with Fantastic Four when what's his name? When he says, you wanted somebody with a strong jaw, and he gets that big jaw, Mr. Fantastic, in the original movie. If you watch the deleted scenes, he originally looks like Hugh Jackman. Like the face that he turns himself into is Hugh Jackman. So they were trying to get Hugh Jackman into a bunch of properties, and it never worked out because of conflicts. And as we know, a lot of this final phase is about clearing up loose ends, and that it might be the oldest loose end of Marvel movies of all.
They're gonna make him do this till he's 90.
Yeah, well, there's still rumor that he's the only one who remembers the prior universe. And then remember, there was a while back we talked about the mutants rumor. There was supposed to be a movie called The Mutants.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
So the rumor is that Hugh Jackman is going to be the one who remembers. And when he shows up in the new world, he's the one who goes around and starts finding the mutants to create the next X-Men or recreate the version of the X-Men that he always knew. And he would be Old Man Logan.
Okay.
So you can have Old Man Logan, and then you can have a younger Wolverine in that world because he's not technically from the same timeline. He's one of the few that transferred, we'll say. He's the Miles Morales of that story. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Secret Wars is also how we got Miles into the 616 world.
Which, me personally, it's time to get Miles
not
out
yet.
Of the 616.
Time to get him out of the 616?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a hot take. That's a real hot take. You want Miles out? No more Miles.
No more Miles. I want Miles in his own universe. I want him out of the 616. I want him back in a Ultimate Universe or another universe.
Aren't they doing that?
Spider-Verse, right?
I mean, technically, you're right. Technically, right now, he is in the new Ultimate Universe. Technically, yes. Technically, he's going through it right now. But
because even Spider-Gwen, she's out of her universe and in the 616. Get her out.
Yeah, no.
Keep them in their universes. Have them cross over.
Separated.
Yeah.
And no,
because they refuse to name him something other than Spider-Man. We have Spider-Man. He could be Spider-Man in another universe. We're getting back to the multiple characters using the same code name. I'm tired of that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there, but he is too much of a mainstay character at this point. He is.
Then call him something different.
Sure, but they won't. So
I know.
You're just gonna have to get used to it. You're gonna have to deal. To me, the only thing that bothers me about Miles and the direction they're taking Miles is it feels like they never really know what to do with him, so they just give him power upgrade after power upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, and I like Miles. I
But
really do. I'm just tired of.
I do want to say that I am not somebody who's avidly reading Miles because it just feels like each book is a story on how to get him to his next power upgrade. And it feels less about an interesting or compelling story about what Miles is going through, dealing with the multiple lives of, being Spider-Man, sorry, Huey, and being Miles. So
the game was great about that, about pushing that story.
It's so good. And honestly, that's the version of Miles and Peter that's the only one. I am so into that game retelling of their story that I want to retcon 616 into that story. I would much rather that be the way that he's in. And then start him as Kid Arachnid, like Kid Flash.
Yep.
And then give him
I don't
Flash.
even know if you need to do that, but
and originally that's what they were rumored to call him. That was the rumor that he was originally going to be Kid Arachnid.
Kid Arachnid, and then Spin is the new name for all the cartoon, the kiddie stuff.
It's just the super kid stuff, which is funny because my nephew doesn't know him as anything but Spin. So when he sees him, he goes, Spin!
Right. So, and that's the thing is, the kids know him, which those kids are going to eventually be growing up and still buying Miles stuff because they recognize him from the cartoons. Call him Spin. And you
also want Gwen out, you said, right?
Well, they just brought Gwen in, so they can easily just get her back out.
But she has a new name,
Ghost Spider. Which now, they're actually calling her Ghost Spider. Which, right? No, but I'm tired of them bringing the other universes into the main universe.
So you're just tired of multiverses in general.
He's done. Not only is he done with crossovers, he's done with characters meeting.
Not meeting.
Stay in your own book, damn it.
Not meeting, staying here.
Yeah, no, I completely disagree.
Like Old Man Logan came in. Old Man Logan came, visited for a while, then he left. I'm cool with that.
Hot take.
Yeah, this is super hot take.
Doomsday, huh?
Super hot take. Super hot take. Miles is one of the few characters that I think has gone through the gamut so much that we as a fandom have kind of just given up on the Miles hate and have all just accepted and embraced him as the next Spider-Man. I don't think you'll find many people at this point. And I remember when Miles first came out, he was vehemently hated. But I don't think you'll find many people who have that same kind of hatred towards the character anymore. And I do think I agree with Lance that the game did a lot of work.
It did so much for him as a character, like so much.
Completely
a lot of people didn't know he existed prior to that game.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure not a lot, but I'm sure
about that.
Well, the line between gamers and comic readers.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You mean non-comic fans,
right?
Yeah. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. All right, well, let's go back into what we were talking about before Hot Take Harry over here. So we might get more with the other side of that duffel bag, and we'll let you know. But let's move into our fake photos, which I'm going to just call them fake photos because I do not believe any of these are real. But they're making their rounds, so let's go ahead and talk about them.
So My Time to Shine Hello released this photo earlier. Right on.
Still pissed off.
No, I don't know who released this one.
Yeah, I have no idea. They're just being shared over and over and over. So we've got Cyclops, we've got Doom, we've got Magneto, we've got Shuri, and I guess you could argue that the photos of them in the chairs could be real, although I still think they're fake because even like the damage on Shuri's face doesn't look real.
Yeah.
I don't think Doom looks great either.
It's called special effects there, Menti.
That's not. Well, then you would think
they're not real.
You would think they would do better at
what
the
they
effect.
They use the AI for that.
It's
the
a
AI
lot less
takes care of
special.
that.
We're not far from that, man. That's going to be a scary time. There's AI movies are around the corner. But this makes me excited for the potential of the movie, but I don't believe this is real.
I really think that a lot of these older actors from previous franchises are only there to die in the first 10 minutes.
Ooh.
It's fair.
Because it's like they got to establish Doom as this character that is just to be feared by everyone. And what better way than to just kill off 20, 30 characters right away?
See, I don't know if it's gonna be that, because I don't think people will be too receptive if you kill off the X-Men like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Do
what
you
I mean? Because
remember-
people are so excited for this.
Like Predator did.
What's up?
Like Predator
hey,
did.
that was issue 2. So he
Well, I was
made
gonna
it through issue 1.
Marvel literally killed off half of the MCU at the end of a movie.
Yeah, but then they came back. You know what I mean? Like, I think that this is a little different. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think that would maybe happen more to the new Avengers before it would happen to the X-Men. Just because, to me, this is such a monumentous turning point, we'll say, of fan excitement over the once the chairs came out and we saw Patrick Stewart's name, and then also the rest of the X-Men showed up, people lost their minds. That changed everything. So I highly doubt that. And the rumors that we've heard, first, I got a couple things to say on this. The first that we heard rumors that it was Doom is trying to keep the two universes from colliding, and he's trying to get the X-Men on his side originally, from what I understand. Again, who knows? But I guarantee you there's going to be some kind of a showdown between Avengers and the X-Men. To what degree, I have no idea. But we've already heard from Nightcrawler that he's fighting Mr. Fantastic. So,
cool. That'd be neat.
So,
I can't wait to see that.
That's already happening. Plus, remember all the rumors that were around for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? And then because we got Deadpool and Wolverine t-shirt over here, Moshko, do you remember what the rumors for how Magneto was supposed to play a role in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Not offhand.
That he was supposed to.
I forgot that movie.
Well, the rumor was that they were supposed to go to a universe where he essentially won, and it was going to be like Ultimatum. Remember when he reversed the polar what's the word?
The magnetic poles.
Thank you.
The north and south. He flipped them,
and then just drowned everyone in New York. Yeah. So we did. So we were supposed to get something along those lines, and I remember at that time we all thought everything was about Multiverse of Madness, because remember there was all the rumors about what Multiverse of Madness was going to look like, and now it seems like a lot of what we heard at that time is actually going to be Secret Wars and Doomsday. So a lot of the rumors turned out to be something completely different, and to me it seems like the rumor now, and again, rumor, that he is going to be he's going to be leading Genosha in this new movie, in this universe that they go to, and that he will have a royalty system where Scarlet Witch is there as well as Pietro is there. So it's going to be House of Emish where he's at, and we've heard rumor that we were supposed to get Jean Grey versus Scarlet Witch.
Oh, right.
That seems like a movie you could do it in.
Yeah.
So,
although, that's such a massive story.
Right.
Like
this
all
movie's
the House
going to be
of M
16
stuff
hours
and
long.
Genosha.
well, they don't, but except for they just don't go into the actual House of M story. They just say in this world that mutants are essentially very similar to Krakoa. They have just removed themselves from, well, at least a subset of them have removed themselves from modern society and have created their own elsewhere where mutants are safe under the rule of Magneto. And just thinking of how Doom is, seeing Genosha is probably similar to the way he would see Latveria. So there's probably a connection between Magneto and Doom that we're going to see. So I bet you that fight at the X-Mansion is because no one wants to go with Doom. And then he goes to Genosha and he's like, hey, you want to die?
Do we think that we're going to get kind of like prelude comics for these movies like we did with Fantastic Four?
I hope so.
I would almost bank on it.
So they could do a lot of that, behind the scenes storytelling in those books.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, have those sequences.
That's a good question, because Fantastic Four doesn't really spoil anything.
Right.
Where I think
but it
you
does
have no
lay
choice.
the groundwork.
Yes, but it doesn't really. It's a good story, and I do appreciate reading that before going into the movie, because it gave me an actual understanding of Mole Man that you don't get in the movie without it. Even though there was a couple really good deleted scenes that I'm amazed they got rid of. But there was so much more to Mole Man that you didn't get in the movie that you kind of had to read the comic to truly understand the dynamic between Sue and him.
Right.
So I can't see them giving us like a Spider-Man in the trailer moment through the comic. I can't see them being okay with potential spoilers of how big of a movie this is, where Fantastic Four they already know they're making bank on this. Fantastic Four, they weren't sure. Fantastic Four had the potential, and it didn't do nearly as well as everybody kind of wanted it to. But I don't think they want to risk that at all of pissing anybody off.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I do agree that I think there should be comics, but I doubt it'll have anything to do with the X-Men. They're going to
maybe they'll release them after the movie comes out.
That's a much better, about how Magneto ended up in control of Genosha, or the creation of Genosha, or because this isn't the X-Men universe that everyone knows, and I don't know, like we know that, but I don't know if the general public realizes that. So, like for example, Huey, pull up the other picture that's floating around of Cyclops.
The best picture?
Super blurry one.
Oh yeah.
Super blurry. So yeah, this is also making its rounds, and this is
not safe for work.
Right. Red band.
That's Moshko. So
there was a shadow there.
Yeah, we don't have to point it out.
Wow.
We don't have to point it out.
That's a big shadow.
We all got the joke. We all got the joke. But Cyclops over here.
The one-eyed monster.
Okay.
Jesus.
He looks outstanding. If this is truly what his suit looks like, I mean, without the detail, I'm sure it's going to have the stupid overdone lines that every Marvel costume has to have to add extra detail to areas that don't really require extra detail. But he looks
nipples.
Great. Yes, right. Marvel, it is Marvel's version of the bat nipples. 100% it is. But this right here is the clearest indication that this is not the Fox universe.
Right. Exactly.
So you're not going to get the characters that you may have thought. Well, first off, he's dead in the Fox universe, so there you go. There's also
no, he's back.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Wolverine.
They're all back.
That's true. They are all back. That's true. I guess it could be then. It won't be.
It won't be.
You that's a very good point, Huey. That if it were to be the same universe, that is the only saving grace is Days of Future Past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Magneto. That's why he doesn't wear purple.
Bring back the old womp womp jokes, huh?
So yeah, I love the direction that they're taking the X-Men. I love the idea of the X-Men being brought in this way. I do think that it might have been more interesting to just go into a brand new X-Men and not involve them in this and just let the story end the way that they wanted to, even though, good old Kevin Feige says that wasn't they were always going to Doom. I personally don't think that that's true. I thought that a bunch of times now.
Maybe long game, real long game. Going to Doom eventually.
Yeah. I think you could even have Doom as in Secret Wars, but I think Kang Dynasty was never going to go to Doom. Kang Dynasty, people were acting like they were going to do a bait and switch, and all of a sudden it was like, it's a Doom movie. I don't think that was ever going to happen. I think it was going to 100% be a flavor of the week kind of wrap up story with the Council of Kangs moving into Beyonder Kang that puts us in Secret Wars, and in the world of Secret Wars you have a version of Doom that takes the power from the Beyonder, the original Secret Wars. So I think they had a really good plan of tying everything together, and that Kang was going to be their version of God King Doom until Doom actually took the power over. And then maybe even have him confronting Galactus, which would have been interesting, or then Franklin turning him into the world builder Galactus or something. I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. But I do feel like this is the best Hail Mary approach to this movie by bringing in the X-Men as comic accurate as you can possibly do, because the excitement to that, regardless on how good or shit the movie turns out being, is enough to keep this thing floating for a while and enough to get people in for multiple viewings. Because I think that's what's hurting the MCU more than anything else. No one goes to the movie more than once. where we used to go see it 2 or 3 times. Now it's like, well, that's a commitment, and I will wait for Disney Plus.
Yeah, but is that also the movie industry as a whole now?
Oh, no question. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
but
there's just nothing to go
Superman
see
was
multiple
3
times.
weeks or something like that?
Oh, no, it's not even that there's nothing to go see multiple times. It's that you have to commit to like $70 to see it multiple times. Each.
Right.
Like it's way more of a commitment than it once was.
We don't need to buy a
like,
popcorn bucket every time you go.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But you're still like, if you're a family of 4, or you're going, you're thinking like, how much is that for tickets? Yeah. You're looking 40, you're looking about $60.
Yeah. And honestly, if you are struggling for money, I would highly consider doing the AMC premium pass. It's $25 a month, and you get up to 3 movies a week.
You're not wrong.
And that is not an ad, and we are not sponsored by them.
Thank you, Marshall.
All right.
But at the same time, the movie comes on streaming a month later.
Also true.
So most people are just waiting.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
That's why
People
so
are
many
watching
things,
Superman now for the first time on Max.
because why go to the movies if I'm going to get it a month later? And this was even, I mean, hell, they sped that process up as fast as humanly possible for Superman.
Because it used to be like 90
Black
days.
Widow.
No, thanks, Black Widow.
I mean, that's where it all kind of kicked off.
Right.
I mean, the longest was the quickest used to be like 90 some days. Now 30 at the least.
Mm-hmm. And that's killing the theaters. But the streaming services don't care. I mean, to be honest, if they can get you to just keep giving, they could just put all their content on their own app and forget the movies. They would.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They would. There's just too much of an industry there still, and they have contracts with theaters, and there's still a whole industry built around the idea of going to the movies. But that took a huge hit over COVID in Black Widow. Huge hit. And because of that, how many movies, like I should have seen Weapons in the theater, but I didn't. Weapons was great. I love that movie, and I probably should have gone just to support it. I don't care what you say, Lance. It was a great movie. And I should have gone to support it because it's a type of movie I would like to see more of, but I didn't.
Yeah, there's tons of movies I want to go see in the theaters, and unfortunately, due to life, it takes a longer sometimes to get to it. And by the time you get around, it's gone.
Oh, and it's not. I don't even think it's that. I just don't. People.
Well,
don't,
I'm saying me personally. Like, there's over the last couple weeks, there's been plenty of movies I want to go see, and then finally get time, and they're already out.
Well, I'm so sorry you have an active social life, but for those of us that don't,
Stupid girlfriends.
Oh man. We all feel bad for you, buddy. We all feel bad. There, small violin. Here you go. There it is for you. But it's more along the lines that where you used to get bored and go like, hey, anything happening? No, you guys want to go see that stupid so and so movie? Let's see if it's any good. That'll never happen again.
You're right.
That's just waiting for streaming. That's all that is now. It's like, oh, Netflix has something stupid. Let's try it. People will try shit online. No one's trying anything out in the theater.
There's also a ton of free content that people can consume, especially on YouTube, like That Comic Podcast. It's a great place. Make sure you subscribe.
Man, marketing Moshko over here just doesn't drop it.
I drop it like it's hot.
Oh no! Wow, I've never wanted to on that note so much in my life.
Yeah. So much for our 15 to 20 minutes,
All right. Well, yeah, that's what happens when I'm on. Sorry. Coffee kicked in. Shut up.
That's why we waited.
Kept it under an hour.
All right. You can find the show at That Comic Podcast everywhere online. It's at That Comic Podcast, your social media choice, unless it's Twitter / X. Yeah, X. I still can't get that right.
Yeah.
That Comic Pod. But again, as Moshko was saying, YouTube is where we need the most support. We need the most help. So head on over to YouTube, give us a subscription, hit that little bell, all that stuff. Right now is going to go a long way for us. We appreciate all the traction that the short form's getting, but we would love to see a little bit of growth on the long form. So head over to our YouTube if you haven't already. Check out some of the things there. Give us your feedback. Yell at Moshko. That's fine.
I approve.
I think that's, once again, I'm Minty.
Moshko, don't yell at me.
No, always yell at him. When in doubt, yell at Moshko.
I'm Lance.
I'm Huey.
That's Lance and Huey.
That's game, folks. See you soon.
That's that.